Good morning. Guess what? You guessed it. It's another car vlog. Just went to the doctor's and I planned on going home and getting stuff done. But unfortunately, I got to take off and go to town because I've got to be on an inspection. So I wasn't planning to be on this inspection, but apparently I need to be there. So I'm heading out. That's totally different than what I planned for today, but since I've got to be there, I decided I will go. I've got to go do blood work anyway sometime within a week, so I might as well go do that. And I might as well go to Walmart because I do need a few things. I added more things to my list that we're kind of out of. So I'm going to do a quick Walmart run after I do the inspection. And I'm just not going to worry about being able to get anything done that I thought I was going to do. You know, that's just how it is. So then after that, then I'm going to be going down to Rockland this afternoon. But it's already 10:35. I'll be heading to Rockland at around 2. So I'll be home just in time to do my hour and 20-minute run to Rockland each way. So I guess that's my plan for the day. It is so pretty out today. Oh, I was down 4 pounds. So I just had my doctor's appointment. I haven't seen my doctor in a while. She'd had a baby. She was out for 6 months. When I've gone in since that 6 months, there was somebody filling in for her. So I haven't got to see her. And I love my doctor. Like, I love her. She's the sweetest lady. She's young and she's just so great. Let me tell you a little story about what happened there. So I was down 4 pounds. You know, I had told you a long time ago in my original videos that I was on Manjaro. No, that I was on like Trulicity back then. Well, I've been on and off it over time. I'm on Manjaro, and I just finally got them to up my dose because the other lady had prescribed me a very low dose prescription, and then I was on that for a couple of months. And finally, I had called and asked for for them to up it, and then they didn't. And I was feeling a little frustrated because it wasn't working. But I was down 6 pounds, so I'll take it. Like, that was good, and it put me under a whole new little bracket of numbers. So that's pretty exciting. And she's gonna up this dose. She did up my dose. I've been on that higher dose for 3 weeks. My A1C was like, because I was always like pre-diabetic at in the 5s, and then one time I got up to like 6. I think 6 is the big number and it was at the time I really wanted to be on a weight, you know, the shots. I wanted to be on I'm not even sure what they're called. You know, I don't know much about medicine. So the diabetic shots, right? Not the insulin, but the weight loss ones that keep your numbers down. And when I wanted that, she said that, oh, remember I did a video, she said I had good news and I had bad news. Yes, you can get the shot because my insurance wouldn't approve it unless I was diabetic, but I just hit this like threshold of crossing that number, which isn't good. Of course that's not good, but I was happy to get the shot. So anyways, my number's like 5.2 or something like that. So that was good. My blood pressure was high though. She said she's a little concerned because I do take a blood pressure pill. I've always had a high blood pressure, even as a child. So I do run high, and finally after all these years, I think I told you guys that in a video in the past, a couple years ago, I did end up going on a blood pressure medication to try to just get it a little lower than what it was ever at. And every time I go to the doctor's, it's still higher than you would think, but it was really low compared to not being on the medicine. But today it was a little concerning for her. She said we're gonna regroup in April. We'll regroup in 2 months, and she'll check it again. And I mean, she's not concerned, but if they may just have to like up that prescription or something. But I said to her too, I go, you know, I really have had a lot of salt lately. And she says, well, that will do it. And I also she said, are you drinking enough? And, you know, are you hydrating yourself good? And honestly, you guys, I don't drink much. I drink my 2 coffees and I fill a great big thing. I have this nice little Stanley cup of water and I'll sip on that. But I don't drink the whole cup, and that's not enough fluid, you know. And I'm on Manjaro. So, like she said, you know, you do need to have that to flush you out too. So I've just got to get better with the drinking. And I told her, I said, you know, really and truthfully, I just don't think about it because I'm just not a real thirsty person. I've just never had that. I don't get that thirsty. You know, I know I go through my, you know, I drink my Diet Cokes and stuff, but I sip on them. And I sip on them so much that I'm going to stop today and get one. But the one I got a few days ago is still in my fridge, and I'll still sip on that at some point too. I just don't get thirsty. Some people go, like when they go out for dinner, I just get water, and I'm lucky if I drink it. I kind of had set a rule for myself that I had to drink it when I went out to dinner, like to just drink it. So many people will get refills of water and refills of their soda if they get soda. Yeah, I just don't. So anyway, I need to just do better, right? Like I gotta really make it a habit to drink more fluids, and then that probably would have taken care of my blood pressure. So anyway, so my doctor's appointment went really good. I was so happy to see her. But I got talking to the technician that comes in before the doctor to see you and ask you all your questions and stuff. And I've talked to her over the years, and we've talked about quilting before, but it's so busy. It's always just so busy. Well, she brought up that she's retiring, and then that led to how much she just can't wait. And I said, well, I know that you sew and you quilt and stuff. And she said, oh my gosh, she's so excited to get done work and retire and have all this time to do the fun things in life that she likes to do. So one thing led to another. We just gabbed and gabbed all about sewing and quilting. And I was telling her, like, I had a long arm and and she was telling me the things that she had. And she braids rugs. Well, me and my daughter had a plan recently that we were going to try to braid a rug, and it's something that I'm very interested in. Well, this lady said, I want to share my stuff. I have so much stuff. Yes, let's do that. That would be great. Took my phone number. She took my YouTube channel. She doesn't really watch YouTube, but she took my channel. She took my phone number. She said she's retiring in April, and she said, I'm definitely going to call you. And we're going to go do, we're going to braid rugs. We'll braid a rug. So I was like, I'm in. I'll do that. I'd be happy to do that. How fun. She said she has so much wool that she could never, ever possibly use it. And I told her that I save fabric to do that. Like, but mine's with like recycled fabric, not like wool and stuff. So it's going to be exciting to see what comes out of this. But you know how that is. Sometimes things don't really come into fruition. Like one time I was at the doctor's and I was there having I think I was menopausal and I was just like a wreck. And the doctor that was filling in for my doctor that day, and I remember, and she was so sweet that we got on the subject of sewing and quilting and all this, and she didn't have any sewing friends, and then I'm like, yeah, I didn't either, blah blah. And so she gave me her phone number, and she said, I mean this, I mean this, call me. And I never called her, and I still have her phone number. I took a picture of it too, so I would never lose it. And I really should, but I just didn't know. There was just a lot going on at that particular time, but who knows, maybe I will end up calling her. But I definitely hope that this lady calls me and does the braided rug, because I think that would be so much fun. Where she's retired, I said, I'm not retired, but I have a pretty flexible schedule. That was really great. You never know, right? She talked a lot about her husband and how he's already retired. And you know, we're getting up there, so we're not going to be too far behind. I can't wait. I will never be bored ever in my life. For me, there's too many things going on. You know, unfortunately, not everybody has all that kind of commotion in their world. And I really feel for the people that aren't looking forward to retiring. You know, they love working, so I hope that they get to work. Like, it isn't for everybody, that's for sure. It's for me, though, for sure. It's for me, and it's for my husband, too, because, you know, he's kind of frail. He's a little bit frail. And there's just always something to do, so. The old owner of my company, he didn't retire when he could have. He waited, I think, until he was well into his 70s. I'm gonna say middle 70s, and you know, he could have retired way before that, but he had no interest in retiring at the time. And it's so funny because I remember saying to him, like, just went to different schools, that's all. Like, he went to old school and I didn't, because I just am like, no. But my problem for me too is, what is there really to retire from? I guess the only thing I'll have is, yeah, I'll have Social Security that comes in, but you know, that's not much. And I like to work too. So am I really going to retire? I don't know. There's nothing I'm going to give up in my life right now that I have going on. I love everything I do, and I do a lot of sources for income that I have. You know, I do a lot of things, so I can't even see giving up any of them. So the only thing I can think is the Social Security that comes in at the time, and the insurance, right? Because that would be nice to have insurance. And my husband's going to retire before me, so I'll probably have to pay for my insurance for a while, but that's okay. Well, I think I'll go do blood work first, because Walmart isn't that important as me doing that. I can do that anytime. I'll do that if I have time after, because I got to meet the inspector at 12. It is so nice out. It is so sunny here, and it's 29 degrees. It feels, 29 degrees is usually freezing, right? But it is, for 2 days it's been like this. The other day I was on here too, telling that it was 29 degrees, but it felt like spring, and it feels like that again today. Just beautiful. And the other day when I told you it wasn't even sunny out. It was all overcast, but it was just felt different. It looks different. It's brighter. Everything looks brighter. Anyways, I'm gonna get a soda. I'll have a large diet, and that'll be it. The lady that's retiring that I was telling you guys about, she was talking about her sewing room, and she said she has her sewing room in a tiny little spot in her house. She goes, it's tiny. She goes, and I could have all of this. She was listing off all these rooms and on top of the garage and all of these places that she could have all this set up. And she's like, I might when I retire, but she goes, I've always just loved my little tiny sewing room. And I said, oh my goodness, that's how I am too. I love my kitchen. I told you guys that. So I love my little kitchen sewing room. I go, and I have that beautiful sewing room, which is beautiful to go up there and do some big stuff. But the majority of my sewing, I like to do it right in my house. So I was like, I can relate so much to that, because I'm going through that same thing. Her husband's like trying to help her decide where she's going to set herself up after she retires. And I think she doesn't, I think she's kind of good. Or I think she'll kind of do like I do. She'll be in both spots. I'm not the only one. So I was watching YouTube the other day, and this lady was on there, and she had a little sewing room too. And hers was like right off the main area of her home, but where she could still talk to everybody. So I look at it like it was kind of like probably where my porch would be, looking in my kitchen.
Hey there.
Good morning.
Have a great day.
Thank you, you too. Look what I got. Yes, I did just do this. So anyways, I think I'm gonna try to go do that blood work. So anyways, it wasn't in her actual kitchen, but it was just kind of off, kind of opened in the area. You know, everybody could just kind of peek their head right in, and she could still hear everything going on in the house. And she said the same thing. She said she could have a different area of her house too, but she would be very sad not to be a part of her home. That's how I am, and that's how I've always been. And I've said that before, like, I could have had different areas, and I could have had the garage all of these years, but I just wasn't ever feeling like I wanted to leave my kitchen. And then look, I did leave my kitchen, and I'm not going to say it backfired because it's the best thing ever. I've got the storage, and I've got everything set up there, and I don't have to take another room in the house for all that stuff. So it's really, I'm saying I've got the best of both worlds for that, for sure. I just can't feel bad that I don't want to go out there all the time and sew. And my nice sewing machines are in the house anyway. So I love in my house. Just love it. So I'm sorry I'm doing a car vlog again. I guess if you're going to watch me, you just got to go with it with me. And you know, I'm an all over the place kind of person. I say I'm going to do something, and then I don't always end up doing it. So I just wing it. I'm a wing it kind of girl. I always have said that to people too, like, if you're gonna do stuff with us, you just gotta go with the flow. All right, I'm at the hospital, and I am gonna go get my labs done, and then I'm gonna go to my appointment. So and some Cool Whip. We always need Cool Whip around here. Cool Whip's really low carb too, if you need a sweet. I'm going to get the sausage because I have a lot of eggs, and I want to use those up. So I'll make breakfast sandwiches, and we need some apple jelly. I'm going to make some burgers and garlic. Oh my goodness, I had to have my daughter bring us a jar of garlic the other day. Of all things that we were out of, I have so much spices in my little prepping area, but no garlic. Really? Just going to grab some yogurt here. We're out of yogurt, and we're out of cream cheese. Maybe not out, but very low. My dogs need some treats, and I like getting them here at Walmart. They actually like these jerky sticks too, and you get two, and it's for $10, 2 big bags. So we always put our dogs to, when it's time to go night, we give them a treat, and they go to the stairs, and they go right down. I need computer paper. I've been through a lot of paper lately. And I'm just going to browse at fabric. I'm looking at the red, white, and blues, and I'm doing a project with red, white, and blue, but then I just kind of talk myself out of it because I'm really trying to not buy fabric right now. So it was a little hard. I touched it many times to put it in my cart, but I walked away. I was pretty proud of myself. I just don't need to buy it. My plan is to use up what I have. I do need white fabric, though. I need a big bolt of white fabric, so I will be purchasing one of those soon. But other than that, I want to try to use what I have. I have a lot. I need makeup. I have been out of makeup. I'm getting low on makeup, and I need some Dove. I needed a soap run, so I like all 3 of these at all times. It is now, let me see, I got to start my car. Just getting out of Walmart. It's 1:30. I'm on the highway, and I'm going to go grab a prescription while I'm here because it's now 1:35 and it's getting late. I've got to go to Rockland. I still want to get gas, and I want to get a car wash. And now that I've done all these things that I didn't really plan on doing today, see what I mean? That's how it goes, right? We're all in the same boat. I think we're all in the same boat with that. Nothing goes exactly as planned, so that's okay. One less trip I'll have to make for quite a while, because I haven't been to Walmart for a while, and I got plenty of stuff that I didn't have all of it on my list, but it was all stuff that I've been in my in this list. It was on this list, but it wasn't on the list I made. So those are all things I've been wanting to get. I did place an online order though, just like a quick little Amazon order. I needed a few things off there. I need earrings is what I need. How can you have like 100 pairs of earrings? I buy just cheap earrings. Oh, did you hear that? Oh man, I hope it wasn't the one with the bread. How can you have 100 pairs of earrings? I mean, I don't know, but I buy the packs with like lots of earrings on it, and I'm down to just a few. I was saying that to somebody the other day. I'm like, how do you lose earrings? Like, I lose them all the time. I get my little phone thing a little bit better, but the only thing I don't like is I have to screw the phone into it, so it's a little awkward if I need to do something with my phone really quick. My daughter ended up buying one for her car, and it's a magnet, and when I have free time, I am going to order one of them. It suctions to the glass of the window, and then your case has to have magnet in it, which mine does, and then you can just put it on, swivel, swivel, swivel. Mine, I showed you that before, you have to twist it, unscrew it. It's really a lot of work. So you guys haven't seen what's just gone down. I didn't have it screwed tight enough, and my phone's fallen like 4 times out of that thing. I have it hanging. Oh, actually, Dana got it really to open. I didn't think it opened much, the clamp. Remember I said it didn't fit on anything? And Dana actually manhandled it and pushed it really hard, and he's got it right on my mirror now. But I think I'm going to get a different one that I think I'm going to like better, because I'll be able to swivel it, and then I'll take this one in the house or in my sewing room and use it for that. Actually, this one's good if I was on the go and I want to just clamp it to something and, you know, video coming inward on it. Okay, this little guy's going to go really slow, so we're just going to pass him. Can't believe it's 1:38. I just can't believe it's this late, and I just have to be home for 2, and there's no way I'm going to be there. And then I got to get to Rockland. So, but I got my blood work done, and I went on that inspection, and I've been to the doctor's. I've been to Walmart. I'm going to get the prescription. I'm going to get gas. I wanted to vacuum out my trunk. It's empty right now, besides what I just put in for groceries. So at the end of when we closed up our pool and stuff, I ended up having a big box of, a big bag of powder I had bought for the pool, and had a leak in the bag, and it spilled back there. But at the time, I had totes with stuff in it. Like, one tote was with wood that I had in it, like for campfires. I would bring my daughters some wood, because they all burn. They have like little campfires outside, and they don't have any wood, so we had plenty of wood for fire pits. So I would try to bring a little tote of wood. So that was still in here, and I had all kinds of stuff in the trunk, and I had to get that out. And now I'm going to be rambling, and I'm going to have to delete half of this stuff because I talk too much. All right, 2 stops. I'm working on shortening the videos. But I don't know. This I bet it's going to be a long one, and I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I'll do better. I'll do better next time. Oh, clearly I really needed to get to town to get all these things done. My next trip out, I'm going to a different town. I won't be in this area, so that's why I wanted to do a lot of this while I was here, so I don't have to come all the way back this way. We live right in like central Maine, but we live halfway between 2 little cities. So we either go to one or we go to the other. But they're like, a half an hour away from each other. From my house, it's a half hour to get pretty much anywhere. And from that city to that city, like on the interstate, it's like 20 minutes. So, but then a half an hour home from, if you were to go from one town to the one little city to the next little city, and then go, that's 20 minutes. And then to get home is another half hour. So usually when you go like shopping, you either go to one or the other. You don't usually do both in the same day. Gas. And I need car wash. And I need to vacuum. It's 4:45 and I'm still on the road. This is Amish country. Well, not Amish country. We have a lot of Amish that live out this way. So pretty. It's a little bright though driving at certain spots, but the sun is just starting to go down, and you can see as I come around some of these corners, it's quite pretty. And the lights, the days are getting longer. It's 4:45 and the sun is still not all the way set, which is so nice. And we're gaining like a minute every day, so won't be long now. That's so pretty. Aww. Just beautiful. Okay, that's it for today, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'll see you next time. Remember to keep it simple. Have a great day. Bye. I hope it's nice and sunny where you are, too. Bye. Say bye, little Miss Reddy Thready.